Advantages and disadvantages to this approach. Obviously, the one advantage is you have less sleeping area, so you're going to be closer to huddled together. Boys on one side, girls on the other. The other disadvantage of when you do it this way is you have this big, the top of the cart's kind of in the middle. Now there's options. You could lay it down on its side. That's another option if you want. Okay, or you could still just leave it up and try and stretch it over the top. I mean, all those are options you have. All right, we're not going to tell you which one you have to use. All right, but you are going to want to get it up reasonably quick. All right, especially if it's raining. Now, and then these other tarps in the bottom, they pretty much cover the whole bottom. They go in last. Okay, before you put all your bedding in there, you want to make sure you keep those dry, spread them out, and they should curl up. Notice there's extra here, so when you get in, you can put your stuff here, and it's not going to get any of the rain. You want to keep it dry. Now,
because if the water is flowing like this is folded this way, so it goes underneath.
Correct.
Instead of up top.
Right. And it's not necessarily essential that these come all the way to the ground tight, okay? Because they'll be dripping water off, and that's okay as well. And that also allows air to come in, a little bit of air to come in. But if it's real windy, you can take and push this up right up to the edge and just block off the air, okay? Depending on whether you'd like more or less air. All right, that's your choice. Now, what we want to do is we want to basically take this down and then put it back up. And so I need some of the youth to step forward. Right here, 1, 2, 2 girls. 1, all right, right there. All right. So what I want you to do is the girls are going to take down that half, the guys are going to take down this half. All right, you're going to take it down and fold them and take all the stakes and put them in a pile. And then we're going to have 2 others actually put it back together. Okay? And I'm not timing you, but I'm going to start the watch now.
Oh, okay.
Go. While they're doing it, can we ask questions?
Absolutely.
Okay. So we're not carrying our sleeping gear. Our sleeping gear is going to appear at our campsite?
That is correct. It'll be at each night. There'll be a big pile of your gear.
Is it going to be under a tarp? Is it going to be in plastic bags?
It will be either in the container,
okay. The other youth need to be watching them take this down because you got to put it back together.
How do we differentiate my stuff from her stuff and his stuff?
It'll all be color coded by families. Everything will be color coded. They're going to put gray tape, color coding gray tape on the track bag with your stuff. So you'll have a file with one color code that goes to one family.
Hold on to the rope.
What's the doubting look for?
Okay.
Your bedroll should be in a big trash bag. Don't tear holes in it. Holes let water in.
Contractor garbage bag.
Are we going to be provided with rope?
In your hand cart, you have a spool of twine.
All right.
If it's pouring down rain, it's going to take forever to do it.
It depends on the size of your tent.
Wait, are we saying
Yes?
tarps or trash bags? Tarps. Okay, well, there's tarps, not trash bags.
Yeah. There's twine here, and we have lots of twine. We have like several miles of twine. So if you need more twine, just come, and we'll have it there. You can cut some, and we'll have some you can collect before we even start the trek. Okay, it'll be there. Okay, if you don't want to untie it, you can just have a knife and cut it, and just throw it in the burn barrel, and just go get some more. Okay. Now, the first night we'll be in an area where there'll be lots of trees. So if you want to put your tarps higher, you're welcome to do that. Okay. There'll be a couple nights where you're going to be in an open field, and you're going to have nothing more than what you see here. Okay. And so it'll be your option how you want to set your tent up each night.
Should we bring a hammer?
Yes, there will be a hammer. There should be a hammer in your tote for putting it down, and obviously the claw is excellent for pulling the stakes out as well.
You got water on them.
Okay. Now, notice how these tarps here are still dry. You want to keep those dry because that's where your bedding's going to lie. All right. So one of the things you want to do is perhaps take and fold up the ones on the inside. If it's raining, fold them up and get them dry, and then put them in your tote before you take the roofs down. And then when the roofs are all up, bring them in, spread it out, and then put your stuff on it. So it's always keeping it dry. So the important part on your bedding, when your bedding goes in, when you're done in the morning and it's time to get up, roll that bedding up immediately, put it back in the plastic bags. Don't leave it there until I'm going to go over here and come back, because somebody might crawl over it and get their wet shoes on it. All right, it's up to you to keep your stuff dry. All right. So the longer you leave, if you show up and your tent set up, you may not want to undo your bedding right away. You may want to leave it there until you're ready to get in it. Just keep it tied up in the plastic so it's dry. All right.
I know, we do things so much easier to work together as a team. Yeah.
Okay. Now, what's important is you guys want to pay attention to how this is done because you're going to be giving the instructions to everybody else. All right, and showing them how it's done. Okay. Okay. Now, do you remember which one was your bottom, which one was the top? Okay, which bottom? All right. We're probably going to need a second. But we probably don't really need a hammer. The guys can just physically force them into the ground. Yeah.
When they get done putting this down, you stop it and do a video.